I'ma just climb and I'ma climb and I'ma climb. My name is Ashton Jennings, but they call me Michael Myers on the college football week 11 is fastly approaching, and I'm a super sad guy having to look at college football fade away in these days. But that's not important. What's important is the poll is hot, and I'm mad about it because I'm a Texas fan and we're the Karens of college football. Today we're gonna look at the top 25. I'm gonna tell you my top 10. We're going to, like we do every single week, answer your guys' comments. I asked you what's wrong with the top 25. Y'all got lots and lots of things to say. We're gonna look at the AP poll, see what the movement is there, and most importantly, I'm going to show you why Kennesaw football is the best football program in all of FBS. Let's hop right into it. Where's that? I got a TikTok. Now, anytime there's a TikTok, you know it's facts, okay? By the transitive property of college football, sitting here coming into week 11 or week 10, whichever one it is, I want you to know that Kennesaw State is the kings of the castle and tile. Listen here.
I've seen this graphic about how the transitive property says Kennesaw State is better than Georgia, Alabama, Texas. Basically, they're the best team in the world. And we all know the transitive property is never wrong.
Never.
But I took it upon myself to do some investigative journalism, and it turns out anytime there's a one-loss champion in college football, Kennesaw State has a claim to be better. You can logic your way to it. 2017, Alabama won the national championship, but they lost to Auburn, who lost to LSU, who lost to Troy. So already Troy is better than Alabama, which is crazy how I found all of this out.
And they did it back in 2015 again. All I'm trying to tell you is that Kennesaw State, the greatest team in FBS. Let's get into the rankings, man. If you like these videos, leave a like on it. If you don't like the videos, dislike it. If you enjoy college football content, please subscribe and join us. Don't forget to comment down below what your team is and which y'all are ranked in the AP poll. Started off at number 1, the Oregon Ducks. A fun fact about the Oregon Ducks, I came on here and I told y'all that, what's it called? The duck, his name is Puddles. His actually, I found this out, his name is not Puddles. There was a duck back in the 1960s that they had as a mascot. His name is Puddles, okay? So anytime there's a live duck is named Puddles. The duck, he's based off Donald Duck. His name is just the duck, all right? So I apologize for misnaming you, Mr. the Duck. Yeah, elite offense, elite defense, a very explosive team. They deserve to be number 1 ranked. If you told me 3 weeks ago they're the number 1 ranked team, I'd slap you in the face. They've seen adversity early on, and all they've done is be able to handle things moving forward. They look like a number 1 team, handling the business the way they should. So, hey, man, they're the number 1 team in the nation. Georgia, after beating, of course, the number 1 team in the nation previously, the only loss is to a team that lost to Vandy. I'm just saying, but in all seriousness, elite defense, offense is starting to come into motion, even though that Carson Beck is playing like a blind paraplegic nun. But other than that, Penn State, they look good, man. Offensive attack is good. They've had a little bit of controversy from the quarterback position, but hey, when you're undefeated, you're undefeated. We got college football game day going down there too, so we're gonna see what's happening there. Ohio State, number 4. That $20 million roster does look still very explosive. Jeremiah Smith is a mutant. Will Howard can spin it. They got an elite defense. There's a lot of good things like from Ohio State, even though they barely survived Nebraska. Nebraska's an elite defense, but that the defense for Ohio State, I would like to see them be a little more stoppable, make more stops. Be more, do it, do something, make more stops. But Ohio State is where they are. Miami at number 5 is a little bit disrespect, as much as people have called me a Miami hater. When you're an undefeated team in week 10 of the college football, dog, you deserve the ranking, and I think you deserve to be above Ohio State. I get it, maybe not above Georgia. Georgia's beating bigger, better dogs. I think Penn State has looked a little more bulletproof than most, so I can kind of see that, even though you barely eke out against a USC team. Regardless, I think some more respect needs to be put on Miami, as much as they should have got penalized on the Virginia Tech game, okay? And then I forgot the Cal game, whatever. They handled business XYZ. At this point, Miami has just answered the call. It's not really something where, oh, they got bailed out. No, last 2 weeks they've either had dominant wins or they won shootouts in which they showed that Cam Ward is just one of the best offensive players in the nation, one of the best players in the nation, and he can kind of score at will when he feels like. Now this bit off, okay? We go back 1 spot after barely beating Vandy. Look, Vandy's a top 25 team. They beat Alabama, son. I'm not just a biased Texas fan sitting on my soapbox. We moved Tennessee. I don't respect Tennessee besides that defense. Them boys on that defense is scary. Other than that, this offense is very underwhelming to me. That dude, Simpson, I don't know. They got similar names. Number 6, Dude's a dog, and he needs to get Heisman. Heisman nods. Even though Caleb Johnson has more rushing yards, even though Ashton Shenty is literally Michael Myers in football pads. Give a little nod to the man back there in Tennessee. Notre Dame, I just don't like them, but that defense is elite. That offense is starting to have a mind of their own, and they're just becoming a real wagon. And Notre Dame is known to do that. They usually poop the bed early on in the season, and they stride off. They're second half of the season type of team usually. So Freeman's got them boys buzzing and humming over there. BYU, the disrespect is disrespectful. This is an undefeated team who's looked elite at the Big 12 level. No one expected BYU to be undefeated. I think a lot of people expected good things from BYU. I don't think they expected them to be the wagon that they are. They've been steamrolling people. They've been dominating people. They haven't looked bad, and they haven't broken a sweat. That quarterback is really making things move. But that offense in totality is amazing. And then not to mention that defense is one of the best in the nation. Texas A&M, I don't know what to tell you. I hate Aggies. That offense was looking scary with Marshall Reed. I don't know, dog. That Reed kid, that dude with that 10 on his back, that dude can play some foosball, and that defense is scary. And that Moss kid could run the rock. Who cares? It's a thing. Aggie, number 11. Clemson. I saw one of my favorite podcasts is Siski, and whatever, MPW. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They're big. They talk about college football. They're whatever. They're older, Southern. They're classic top sons of guns, right? Right. Now, besides the little bit of, we're not going to get into that because we're not going to get into that. He was talking about, my man Tyler, he was talking about how, basically, Dabo Swinney's whole idea of, hey, build culture, we don't transfer portal is starting to look like it is paying off. And what I would say to that is no shit, because of course, if you build a culture the way that's been doing for forever, you're going to have good players and be able to have backup players and be able to build a nice team. I don't think anyone's denying that. I think what people are calling Dabo dumb and silly for is if you're going to lose people into the transfer portal, like, why not use the transfer portal positively in a good way? Why not save a guy who's in a smaller South Carolina school who does fit your roster? That's my issue, or at least not issue. That's what I would say about Dabo Swinney not wanting to use a transfer portal, is that for as much as you want to take shits on these 18, 19, 20, whatever year old kids, you can easily use the transfer portal for good and bring people in who can better your culture. Okay, no one's not saying Dabo Swinney's not a great coach, multiple national championship winner, elite wearer of cargo pants. Like, there's not a lot that you can say about Dabo. All right, we're not going to come at it from there, but there is more effective ways to do it. The Coach Sanders way might not be as effective as the Dabo way, but them Iowa State boys and them Indiana boys. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on with these I teams, but Indiana's undefeated the first time since 1967, I believe, or they're 7-0 since the first time in 1967. Iowa State, that defense is a problem. They're out entering the Big 12. It looks like it's going to be a crazy Big 12 clash. I wouldn't be able to tell you that Iowa State and BYU would be the two big dogs coming at the Big 12, but here we are. Here we're sitting there. Indiana's also a wagon. Alabama in the dang rafters at number 14. They'll probably just sneak into the college football playoffs. Yo, I know everybody's been talking about the Boise State Ashton Genties, but they've been slowly and effortlessly just climbing up. Just climb. Them and Smooth have been silently just climbing up the rankings. Just climbing up the rankings. I'm just climbing. My name is Ashton Genty, but they call me Michael Myers on the field. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got a little out of phase there. Number 16 is LSU after what a loss to Texas A&M. We need to talk about that game. So I didn't do a lot of game recaps. It was a crazy weekend. It is what it is, but that was a game. That was a game that was on, and then you turn it off, and then you turn back and like, whoa, what the fuck? Whoa, what happened? Marshall Reed did his thing. He did his Dougie. K-State is a wagon. I really like that team. I really like that team a lot. I think Avery Johnson is starting to become more of a decisive player, and he is, for someone who came into the league, at least for me, I knew him as a guy that was going to be very explosive and a great athlete. He's been able to do phenomenal things with his arm. I've just been blown away about what he's been doing with his arm. So great on him. Pitt is another one of those teams that's been slowly kind of climbing up, handling business. Ole Miss looking very Lane Kiffin teamy. Smooth climbing up every level. Surely Army still undefeated, still climbing up the rankings. Wazoo, who was supposed to have a dying year after losing Cam Ward, handling business there. And number 22, and finally And finally, after 2 years of absolute hype and media praise, it seems it can see how the 10th week in the AP poll of the college football season. Them Prime boys, Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes coming in at number 23. It's crazy. Like, when you really think about it, at this time last year, they were like, what, 4-6 or something like that? Like, they were struggling to get off the pot and piss. So to look at them bowl eligible and ranked for the first time under the Deion Sanders regime, ranked for one of the first times in a long time, going bowlings in the first time, I think, in the last 4 or 5 years. I think just what it means to college football, if you kids don't understand and don't realize, Colorado used to be a blue blood powerhouse out there at 12, and were they in the Big 12 back in the day or the Big 10? I don't know. It was back when there was the Big East. There was a lot going on, but they used to do big things. They have a national championship under their belt. So a very historic, what's it called, program coming back into the limelight. I know it just seems like a bunch of hype. Last year was just a bunch of hype, but this year they got themselves a team. Shador Sanders playing good. Travis Hunter's playing like a fucking Travis Hunter, and it's a good little conglomeration of a team there. So good on ya, mate. I had to practice my my deep boxer voice there. Y'all let me know in the comments how that was. It's pretty ass. Illinois, still a wagon, still a good team, still a great defense. And them Mizzou boys, who they're pitiful. The fact that they're ranked is a problem. And my biggest problem is this is my top 10. Number 1, Oregon. Number 2, Georgia. Number 3, Penn State. Number 4, Miami, because you have to respect undefeated teams. Number 5, Texas, because I am biased. Number 6, Ohio State. Number 7, BYU. Respect the Mormons. Number 8, Notre Dame. Respect the Catholics. Tennessee, and then Clemson. Get the Dad boys some respect. If y'all have anything wrong with my top 10, that there is nothing wrong with, get in the comments and let me know. But I asked y'all what was wrong with the top 25. Y'all obliged, like y'all do every week. Let's get into it. Vandy should still be up there. They lost to number 16 by 3. Preach it, brother. Preach it, brother. I mean, he's talking that talk for real. I'm not even mad at it. And we were the team that almost lost. Texas dropping, and Ohio State is staying at 4. Lots of nasty business. Lots of nasty business. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. Clemson and Iowa State being punished for having bye weeks while Tennessee doesn't move after their bye. Tennessee is one of my most disappointing teams this year. Got to be honest with you. I thought that offense was going to be completely electric. Penn State giving them people hope is tragic. There was a very naughty Penn State comment list. I'm going to make sure. Okay, just want to make sure there's no nasty Penn State comments. No, it's not. I believe in Penn State. Their second helping of A&M. When they hit someone tough, Ohio State might do it. But honestly, I don't like the Ohio's defense. Penn has a chance to pull it off. Well, you can't double back there. You can't double back. They will keep half the SEC ranked regardless of the game results. That is the plan. That is the plan. Old Sankey has got something lined up, and they're going to do it the best way possible. Sko Buffs, great time to see them ranked. Missouri still being there. Now this is real. This is factual. This is factual. I got a problem with Missouri still being ranked. Dillon, Illinois just get blown out while they're ranked, being ranked. What are they doing there? Uniforms look cool. That's all I can tell you, son. That's all I can tell you. Go Canes. I feel like y'all are being disrespected. Okay, let's read the last of these comments here. Clemson and Iowa State punishment at Tennessee. Indiana doesn't move up after beating Washington convincingly. Weird, interesting. Yeah, to be honest with you, I know they're undefeated and they're still top 10, but I think Indiana, or top 15, but Indiana does, I think, need a little more. They're number 13? Oh, I don't know about that. I might have to redo my top 10. I think they need to be a top 10 team. Notre Dame moving up 4 spots for beating a service academy. That is crazy. They gave a lot of hype to our Navy. I cannot believe they moved up 4 spots. LSU moved down 8 spots. That's crazy. Let me see. Is that 4 spots? Notre Dame? Where are you at, Notre Dame? Notre Dame. Yeah, they moved up 4 spots. Shout out to BYU though for moving up 2 spots for sure doing what they did. Damn, they moved up 4 spots. Texas A&M did. Continuing on here. IU. Enough said. Ohio not shifting at all is crazy. Almost losing to Nebraska. Yeah, I feel like there needs to be some punishment. Okay, here we go. They need to truly prove themselves. All right, I'm done answering y'all's comments. Y'all had phenomenal comments. Remember, every single week I drop this down below. Y'all get down here. Oh my God, there's so many more comments this week. BYU's a take. Oh no! Absolute. How dare you talk about the Mormon Cougars? All right, I'm out of here because y'all are being disrespectful. Y'all leave liking this video. Do this like if you don't like the video. Please comment down below what's wrong with your top 25 and who you have being the biggest winner of the week 10 in college football, man. I appreciate y'all watching these videos. Leave a like if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content. We'll see you next time.